Man, shit, I might just have to skip on. I mean, if I'm just waiting on a good setup. Mm, 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 Hey, yo, what's up, Cave Trader? Man, this week has been crazy, man. I feel like this week has been possessed by the devil. The price action has sold itself to Satan, and every trader in the market is it's sacrificed because I really don't see how anybody is making consistent money in this market this week. I mean, I know the money. I mean, I know it just started. I know it's only Monday, but the price action on the Nasdaq, ES, and gold has just been crazy, man. A lot of accounts have been sacrificed today. I mean, there have been, people made money today, of course, but man, today was a challenging day to make money. You don't think so? It sounds like you've made money. It sounds like you was able to make money today so far. Yeah, so that ES trade, obviously, not even the first target got hit, and I got stopped out of that stupid thing. Uh, Honestly, it just solidifies the reason why I don't even consider trading the ES. It feels good to be on the right side of ES. Obviously, it feels good to be on the right side of any market that you're trading. But just the lack of follow through this morning from the ES, just yeah. I am confident when I say that I will not be trading the ES moving forward. Confident when I say that. All right, let me take in this data for Friday and then we will switch to the December contract because Top Step X has switched over. I'm pretty sure Bookmap has switched over, so we'll switch over. But I'm just going to capture this data real quick, and we will switch over to the. So 71 points to the upside. A small little pullback. I mean, 24.63. $61 points to the downside. And then honestly, Friday's price action is very similar to what we saw today. We had these small little micro moves and then a big move to close the session out. So today and Friday's price action was super similar. Super similar. $157 to the upside. Okay. Cool. All right. And then we still got dang. So it's September 15th already. And we had another bullish trend today. All right, so we had 68 points to the upside. We have 84. And we had a 240 point bounce. So we had similar price action on Friday that we had today. Small little micro moves, and then a big move to finish the session out. So uh, that is good data. That is great data. And I stand by what I said. It seems like the market is trying to take out as many accounts as possible because, man, the price action has definitely been tough. It's fine. It's been a challenge to get into a good position without being up all night and waiting for it. Mm. All right, so well, I did the NA meeting for the September contract because at the time, Top Step X hadn't changed to the December contract, so I just went ahead and did the NA meeting for September, but uh, as I said before, we will be trading the December contract moving forward. So if you're still trading the September contract, these are the areas that I was looking for. Obviously, these are measured moves because we have no price action to the right at all. So these are just measured moves to the upside. But the way that the market's been going lately, I don't believe that we'll see a significant dip until uh, Powell confirms the rate cut, the rate decision. 24. Okay. All right. So these are the areas I'm looking for on the September contract. But let's try to see if we can find some areas for the December contract. Let's see. Yeah, you know what, Cave Trader? I definitely, yeah, gold has just been crazy. Uh, I mean, it all started with this position that we was in on Sunday night at the start of the session. We was in this short. We got into this short around 10 o'clock, and we didn't get out of it. I didn't get my target filled until about uh, yeah, I was about to say, oh, and that looks pretty similar to anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. Our target didn't get hit until about 2 o'clock in the morning, which I guess it should have been the first sign that we was going to see some turbulence. Let's actually talk about this because uh, we had 41,000 contracts added in the first 15 minutes of the session. And we speculated that we would probably see a lot of chop in the market not going anywhere because 41,000 contracts being added in the first 15 minutes, that's absolutely crazy. But, let me put on my tinfoil hat. You want to see something crazy that I just happened to see when I was looking at the charts earlier? Look at the volume. Look at this volume right here. Do y'all see it? Do y'all see something strange? Because I do. I do. I'm pretty sure everybody sees it, but for those that don't see it, those that's in the back, look how much volume was being traded in only the ES. Look how much volume was only in the ES. How? 1.4 million contracts being traded in the ES September contract. There was more ES contracts being traded than both the September and December MNQ contracts combined. We didn't even get that volume in the MES. What the hell was going on in the ES today? What the hell was going on with the ES today? That is a lot of volume. That is a lot. And to add insult to injury, That's a lot of volume for the market to not move. The market didn't like the ES did not move. The ES traded in this range. Now, I mean, I understand it's for the September contract, the ES September contract, but I mean, let's look at it. It didn't move for to be 1.4 million contracts being traded on the ES contract for it to not move. Ah, shit. Would it allow me to? Hold on, let me see if I can just put the U in this and they'll just float up. Thank you. Yeah, for 1.4 million contracts to be traded, we literally got no movement. So what the hell is going on? So does that tell, I mean, is that a clue? Did the market just leave a big clue for those that were paying attention? Was that a big clue? It's a conspiracy. So yeah, I found that interesting, and I'm glad that I noticed it and was able to take a screenshot of that because that literally blew my mind. I was sitting here looking at my ES position all day and was like, "Yo, what in the actual fuck? Why is it that the market is doing everything but not hitting my target? It pulled back. We even got a push towards the end of the day, and it still missed that target, dude. I was like, you know what, man? Fine, fine, fine. Let's see. And look at all these puts. Look at all these puts. And the market was grinding higher. So they're sweeping puts in the Qs and they're sweeping puts in SPY. Are we about to see a big drop? I think we're about to see a big freaking drop, dude. He said that was a whole lot of practice accounts being traded. Shit. Hey, that's a whole lot of practice account volume being traded then. But look at these damn puts. So it seems like whoever was sweeping puts all day, but they expire. A lot of these expire today. So a lot of these are expired. So actually, let's see if I can get this. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah. So we got a lot of these expiring tomorrow. So these could be end of day scalps. The ones that are getting that are out at close, but we're seeing a lot of September 17th, September 16th, which is tomorrow. So they're definitely sweeping puts. So I think the market expects that we'll probably see a big move overnight, maybe a pullback, maybe, who knows? This was a lot of phantom prints though. Uh, we don't usually see these many phantom prints, but dude, something is going on. Something is definitely going on. Like I said, it kind of feels like a conspiracy. It kind of feels like uh, it kind of feels like the market is it's in its last hoorah before a dump. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but the market is just grinding higher. You got gold just skyrocketing. Gold is skyrocketing right now. The ES and the ES trades over 1 million contracts didn't move. The Nasdaq is grinding and chopping higher. Everything is chopping. We're not getting fluid price action. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to see. And then, I mean, we have monetary policy, that rate decision on Wednesday. So, I mean, obviously, that could be the reason why. Let's actually look at the Fed watch tool and see what the market expects. So for whatever reason, uh, the hope of a 15% or 50, I apologize. That's not the correct way to say it. A 50 basis point cut on Friday, or I'm sorry, on Wednesday, seems like those dreams have gone down because at one point it was like at 9%, but now is at 4.1%. But the market does expect that we should see a 25 basis point cut. So, yeah, that's very interesting. Interesting. Hey, positioning for Powell. It needs a blow off top. Yeah. But gold has definitely been. Hopefully, gold stays like this. Hopefully, gold doesn't go back to how it used to trade when I was talking shit about gold, when gold barely moved. Hopefully, gold stays this way. I like gold when it moves, when she moves. And good thing I didn't try to short this thing at the open. I wasn't. I wasn't trying. I didn't plan on shorting gold. So I was foolish enough to get in front of this train earlier, and I'm just glad that I was able to get out at break even. And it honestly, this just solidified for me my 10 o'clock rule because I tried to take a quick trade. I tried to take a quick trade. I just wanted uh I just wanted just a quick short scalp. That's it. And I will say initially, uh I was planning on getting out at this 20 or at this 200 EMA right here, but my target was right there at 11.7 or something like that. So I try to hold out for it, and unfortunately, I got caught up in this right here, and Price, she held me in jail. She was like, "Well, you didn't take that profits right here." I didn't have the best entry. I was in drawdown for a very long time with gold, very long time. Gold had me in drawdown jail for about 5 hours, and it was the most uncomfortable 5 hours that I've had in a very long time. I allowed breaking my rules to beat me today. And I hate saying that because I didn't go to the gym. There was no way that I was going to leave that position on without monitoring it, because even though physically I would have been over there at the gym, mentally and spiritually, I would have been right here behind my desk, not focusing on the workout, but focusing on, man, did I make the right decision by not monitoring this position? So uh, I broke my rule, my 10 o'clock rule, and I literally paid for it. Almost, no, actually, I almost paid for it. I almost paid for it because, like I said, I didn't have the best entry. I was in drawdown for a very long time. It didn't come nowhere near my stop, but I was in drawdown about 2 or 3 points. And I was finally able to come back, get a little bit of profit. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it. I'm good. And I didn't care if it actually went down and hit my target. But here's the crazy thing. It didn't, it did not come back down and hit my target at all. It actually, if I got greedy, if I didn't take gold's mercy, if I didn't appreciate and accept gold's mercy in this instance of saying you suffered enough, you can have your money back with a little bit of profits. do not break your rules again because I won't be as merciful this time. And it was a test too. Because if I said, "Oh man, she's finally breaking down. I can finally get paid in this position." I would have been right back where I started and I would have closed the session out with a loss. So I got to thank Gold and her mercy for giving me an opportunity to rectify that wrong, but I did have to face the consequences of it. So when I say that I'm not going to break my rules anymore, these rules are there to protect me because Gold gets too loose after 10 o'clock. She gets too loose after 10 o'clock on both sides of the clock. And it's the reason why I have the fucking rule in the first place. I just wanted to participate today and I just allowed that to cloud my judgment. So uh, I'll try my best not to allow that to happen again. I even got to the point to where I was even considering breaking another one of my rules, and that's by trading the Nasdaq. I was I just wanted to be out of this position so bad that I was like, I don't want to close the trade because I'm in drawdown, but I just want to get my money back. And I almost took a long in the Nasdaq as it was going up. And this is exactly where I was, right? Or where was I at? Well, it was on the September contract. Here's the September contract. Well, I'm not gonna change it back, but when I was looking at the Nasdaq, it was going up, and then as soon as I was considering getting in, and I said I'm gonna get in, get my money back, get out, and just learn from it. And then I was like, dude, no, I'm not going to add to a position on the Nasdaq. And good thing I didn't, because if I did, it would have done this, because this was the kind of the same thing that I saw. It was pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, and then it drops. Now, I mean, if I was in this situation, because I knew I would have been stubborn, it would have worked out. But, this initial drop right here would have been like, damn. It's like a 50-point drop. And believe you and me, I would have held it. I would have held it. So I allow one bad judgment, and that one bad judgment literally almost snowballed into me potentially having to realize a big drawdown in the account or potentially losing it. Boy, was today definitely a learning experience, or not necessarily a learning experience, a reminder. Because one of the things that I like to do, or that I tend to do, is because I follow my rules. I have my rules set up to where I'm in a glass house, a safe space per se, because through back testing, I've identified as many unnecessary losses. I've taken that out of my trading, and I can become not fooled, but I because it's so comfortable, I forget what a loss or what a bad trade is, or what it feels to be in a bad trade, because I've already wiped all those unnecessary losses. So I trade outside of that system. And once I start to trade outside of that system, well, that's when the snowball starts. And the one thing that I thought about was like, dude, you put all this work into this account, and it's going to take less than a session. It's going to wipe out a big chunk of that work. And all I wanted to do was participate, and it almost cost me the damn account. So it didn't cost me the account, but just it almost cost me a lot of time in the account, because if I would have taken 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm definitely not going to take a trade today for sure, or tonight. My account is going to lock up in the next 9 minutes anyway. Yeah, it's going to lock up in the next 9 minutes. So there's no point putting on a trade on gold in the funded account. You said it rips when I go live? Ah, shit. Damn. Yeah, I'm not shorting gold, man, at all. I'm not shorting anything right now. Gold has not signaled a short yet. We haven't broken structure to the downside yet. Gold is unforgiving if you trade on the wrong side of her without confirmation. She's unforgiving. Unforgiving. Hmm. 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 Yeah, ES is not making this easy at all. Is the ES attempting to trade higher, or are we about to see a drop? Mm. 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 Well, we just had a double top rejection and a sweep. Mm, mm, okay. Twenty 27 ticks. 27 divided by 4. That's what, 6. Damn, that's a 6-point stop. Mm. You said gold is slipping? Like I said, I don't trust that. Actually, let me make sure that I got this set up correctly. Mm. Gold is too bullish for this shit to sell. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Especially if we get back above that low. You said that it wants 25K. I thought we was okay. I must have been looking at that. I must have been looking at this wrong. I mean, obviously, I was looking at it wrong because I already assumed the December contract was actually already at 25K, but that was my eyes clearly playing tricks on me. So it's at 24.5 right now.
You tired of me manipulating the market, gain weight? Dude, I don't know, man. Gold ain't about to slip, man. Gold ain't slipping. Ah, shit. Like, I mean, I kind of got into it a little bit early, but I don't think this shit is about to go down, guys. I mean, for those that are in this long or short, this is clearly bullish on gold. Shit, gold is really like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like me and gold is we have a very intimate relationship. It is super bullish on gold. Gold don't. She has not confirmed the short. She has not confirmed the short at all until she breaks structure. She hasn't broken structure yet. So the bulls are going to be super aggressive until they get exhausted and they fail. I mean, I'll be on board short when the bears actually step up, but it's not bullish. It's not bearish. So the bulls are going to step up like they're doing now. I mean, gold is kind of simple to trade. It's super simple. I mean, like I said, mind you, I mean, I'm in it a little bit earlier than probably I should have been, but I mean, I was confident that we should have saw a push. Uh, until the market can break, this little line right here. I mean, this is like the line I was looking at before right here. But I mean, unless they come back and they hold it and they push off, it's bullish. I mean, right now, I guess the bulls are taking profits or whatever you want to call it, but it ain't bearish yet. Honestly, if you say you can see the short on gold, it can flip in this area. Like I said, until it breaks structure, when it comes to gold, I just try to keep it as simple as possible. Uh, Fighting the trend on the Nasdaq is one thing. Fighting the trend on gold is completely different. If you're gonna trade against the trend, gold has no problem showing you that she's about to shift. Until she breaks structure, I mean, I'm gonna just keep going long. I'm not shorting this shit. I'm just not. And she hasn't broken structure yet, so I mean, might as well just keep going long. Because everybody, I mean, I guess the bulls are just going to keep going long until they exhaust themselves, and we can use their stops as fuel to break down. But they ain't letting this go yet. They are not letting this go. We could see a push, and then if we can kind of get above, if we can kind of get above this little area, the 200 EMA, the value area high at 719. I mean, if the bears can defend the pullback and they knock it back down, then okay, yeah, let's go short. But the bears ain't they haven't done that yet. All I see is a sweep of liquidity underneath these lows and price pushing right back up. That's what I see. I was trying to sneak in a limit down here, but it was just moving too fast for me.
All right, let's see if it can get. I mean, if it can get above, if the Bears can hold this little 718, 719 area, if they can hold this and knock it back down, then the shorts are in. I'll be a believer in shorts. But until that happens, no. So 11. I mean, we couldn't see a 10-point move to about like 21, because that would be like 10. That would be 10 points right here from this low. That'll be 10 points, because we know that gold loves to do that 10-point leg crap that it got from the ES, its mother. And it likes to move like its father, the Nasdaq, even though the Nasdaq and ES are both women. Gold is definitely the love child between the Nasdaq and the ES. Trust me, I've done the research. I've definitely done the research. This is what I do every weekend. Back test. Back test, back test, back test. Document the movement. And I kind of do a replay of what I would have thought would have happened versus what happened. And time again with gold, shit, she doesn't care about what you think or feel. Dude, she doesn't. There's been plenty of times, like actually today when I looked at the charts, I told myself that there's no way that gold is going to push higher here. And then I come back to my charts and gold does exactly that. Like gold is just a different beast, man. You really got to shut the fuck up and color when you trade gold, because if you start thinking too hard and squinting your eyes too hard, then you're going to lose every time with gold. You're going to lose every time when you start thinking. The market maker, huh? Yeah, that's definitely true, Alfred. That's definitely true. Gold has hurt my feelings plenty of times. Had me crying on the treadmill, her and the Nasdaq. Had me crying on the treadmill and shit. What more do you want from me? What more do you want from me? Shit. Like I said, I mean, shit. Gold humbled me today. She almost took my account away trying to be cute. It was only through Gold's mercy that I was able to just take a slap on the wrist today. It was through her mercy, because it could have went the other way. I'm just glad it didn't go the other way, but it definitely could have went the other way, dude. All right. So it looks like we're kind of getting that drop on ES. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, that looks like a double top rejection and a sweep. But man, these bears they just suck lately, man. It's just hard trading on one side of the market. It's very difficult. Because you get out of the position and then you're looking to find, your next trading opportunity, to get into the next trading opportunity. And we get these minor micro pullbacks, and you got to debate if you're going to wait and be patient for a deeper pullback that may not even come because these bears suck, or will you be aggressive, overly aggressive, because you don't want to miss a move like this. Hmm. Alfred says he likes to lose in peace. He likes to lose in private, and don't blame him. I will say that if you start streaming, I mean, it wasn't necessarily a hurdle for me, but uh, I don't mind losing in front of y'all. But at the same time, I like to win, and it's different emotions, but the same effect sometimes. I want to show you how great of a trader I am. We can catch the big moves here. We can catch them. We can catch all the moves, and that can be just as dangerous at times. I had to cool a lot of that off. I think that's probably if actually I don't think is one of the main reasons why I would fight the trend. I'm gonna find the top. I'm gonna find the top. Damn it! I'm gonna find the bottom. We gonna find them here. I want to show you how great of a trader I am. Hmm. Well, we got that drop on Mac Mills. Mac Mills says when he's being more conservative with his trades, he lose. Dude, sometimes I do that too, man. I find myself I find it when I'm in an eval, I'm more I see the setup, I take it. But when I'm in a funded, because I try to be as consistent as possible and just make the same amount every day and try to lose the least amount and I have everything structured, I don't lose that much, but then it feels like winning is harder. It feels like getting the win is difficult, more difficult in the funded account than in the evals. Because I feel like I'm doing the same thing, but obviously there's a mindset shift when I'm in the funded versus the eval. And when I try to get too cute, try to get that quote unquote perfect entry, I tend to fuck up more. Versus when I'm in an eval, it's like, all right, shit. Uh, we're gonna get in when we see it. Definitely a different mindset. Hmm. Yeah, trying to look for that. Yeah, that A plus setup. Yeah, and the eval, we're just like, oh, it's pumping. Let's get into this thing, baby. Let's get into it. And then the shit works. And then you get into your A plus setups, and it takes like 3 hours for it to work. I mean, it works, but it took 3 hours, right? Like what? Like what's up with that? I'm definitely trying to discover how to make transitioning from the eval to the funded uh, less heavy. Because in theory, I should do better on the funded side than on the eval side, but that's not necessarily the case. Hmm. You know what? I'm analyzing what I'm saying because it's not necessarily true. It just feels that way, but it's not the reality. Let me clarify that for myself because I was like, my inner voice is like, dude, what the hell are you even talking about? It feels that way, but it's not the truth. It feels like, man, it just takes forever for the setup to form. It takes forever for the setup to work, and it takes forever for it to hit my damn target. You say Happy Meal is too expensive. Taven says gold is about to push back up. I mean, gold is at this trend line. Gold is at this trend line. So I definitely agree. Until we, like I said, until gold breaks structure, I'm just going to remain long. Now, I'm not saying that, I mean, until it breaks structure here, till we get a break, I mean, I'll get stopped out and then I'll look for a short at that trend line somewhere. And then I'll happily go short because now I know that the bulls have failed. But when one side of the market is just being aggressive, I've just learned, I just come to accept just to trade on that side. I've just come to learn just to trade on that side. Ain't no point in fighting it because you'll get your targets hit. Like I was in a previous trade trying to short it, right? Because I'm thinking, okay, we're in an area of supply. Price should sweep this area, and then we should see a quick drop. And at least that's what I'm thinking should happen. But the momentum of the market is bullish, and you'll get all this stupid crap right here, like as an example, the consolidation. And over time, you would have made more money going with the market, the momentum, because every time, even if the market is coming down, the bulls are just they're buying it up, and you would have made more money just taking the longs, and then it finally hits your target after 5 or 10 hours after it hits your target. But it's just easier just to trade with the freaking momentum. You would have made more money, and it would have been less stressful. Yeah. I'm still in her monopoly over the trend lines. And shit, Macamil, your comment reminded me. So Alfred, when you said that, I saw your message at the end of the stream, and I went over to the Think with Bookmap chat, and shit, you weren't lying. People were aggressively trying to short it, the Nasdaq, and a lot of people lost their accounts over there, according to them. And it just I'm like, I don't know what it is about the market when it just continues to grind in one direction. I don't know what that triggers inside of us. I know what I'm thinking at the time. I know that I'm thinking, if I want to make money today, the odds are better to short it because it's gone up so high. What's the odds of it continuing to go higher? Uh, the better trade would be for it to go short. And if you mix that up with FOMO and all kind of other stuff, it's like, all right, there's no way it's going higher. I want to participate in the move. Let's just try to short this shit. And as soon as you put your contract on the screen and it gets filled, we all know what happens after that. It's a slippery slope. We know it's a snowball effect. The NASDAQ will grab your hand and take you for a ride because she's going to stop you out. And that first stop out is like, oh shit. Okay, this has to be the entry now. And then you get in that where you get stopped out at. She'll go a little bit in your direction, get you comfortable. And you're trying to get break even. She'll get you comfortable in that short. and she'll keep going higher, just running everybody out of their position. And by the time the account is blown, that's when the market wants to go short. She's really good at that. Really, really good at doing that. You say you would chew your man. Yeah, dude, that trade was not fun. I was literally in that trade for 5 hours. I got out of it at around 1:30, 2 o'clock, with a little bit of profit. It finally pushed past my break even, and I was trailing it. It pushed back up, stopped me out. I said, you know what? I think I left about $2 more on the table. I just said fuck it and just walked away and was just happy that I was able to get out of that, because I shouldn't have been in that short with gold in the first place. I shouldn't have even been in a gold trade in my funded account in the first place. I have a rule: past 10, don't get into a damn trade. Now, obviously, in the evals, I can do whatever I want. I don't care about the eval. If I blow them, it's just going to rebuild. But um, when it comes to these funded accounts, I don't take. I've wiped away all unnecessary losses to where I may lose maybe one time. If I just stick to my strategy, I'll probably lose 2 out of 8 trades, 2 out of 10 trades, because I've wiped away all unnecessary losses. I trade during specific times where the market has the volume to follow through, and the market usually sets up. And it usually sets up, at least with gold, around the same time on both sides of the clock. And that's where I try to focus my trades at. But I broke my rule and I almost got my accounts. I almost got a lot of time taken away from me. Because I think I'm on day like 11, 9, or 10 or something. And it's not like I'm trading heavy size. So I need 25 days before I get a payout. 25 days in those accounts, because I'm trading those accounts as if they're personal accounts. So it's a $6,000 drawdown. I'm trading them as if it's a $6,000 personal account, and I'm not trading heavy size in those accounts. I'm trading 4 micro gold contracts in those accounts. So I'm not making a lot of money in those accounts. I have to compound those wins over time. And so my time in these accounts are very important. And I lost sight of that today because I wanted a quick scalp, something to put into the account today. And the crazy thing is, I was only able to put, after 5 hours, I was only able to increase the account $23. $23. It was not fun. It was not fun at all. Mm. Yeah. You know what, K Trader? Like, dude, I stopped going to sleep with trades. Like, that's why I don't put limits overnight, because how do you go to sleep knowing that you got to? Well, I guess I just need to be able to manage my trades. I want to look at my trade. I don't want, like, if I have limits sitting overnight, I have literal every trader's nightmare of getting stopped out to the tick and then it running towards your target and then exceeding it. I like going to sleep at night. So I don't even, I already have a rule that I do not have limits sitting overnight. even if they do get filled, and even if they are winning trades. I don't play that game with my sleep. Well, we'll see. Maybe maybe I'll lose this ES trade, this ES short. Where are you looking to short it at, Taven? Yeah, well, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily complain if I traded the size that you trade, my cave trader. If it's one micro, then it's not a big deal. I'll let that sit overnight, but uh I don't want to trade one micro. Are you long now? Uh, you say you used to do that when you trade FX pairs? The gold. There we go. This is why we don't trade against gold here, people. This is why we do not trade against gold. Do not let gold fool you. She did not break structure at all. I mean, yeah, we got a short from the highs. Yeah, of course, but there's no way. Like gold, when it comes to the Nasdaq, you can kind of get away with shorting the bottom. And even in the Nasdaq, you really don't even get away with it. But when it comes to gold, especially, and I'm not talking to gain weight because he's a very experienced gold trader and he doesn't need my opinions. He's been trading gold longer than me. But for those that are interested in trading gold, a tip when it's come to trading gold, do not ever short at the bottom. When you talking about your gold, like just imagine shorting the bottom and then gold turning around and saying, you know, you about to give them cheeks up, right? You know, you done fucked up, right? Don't ever short the bottom on gold. Ever. You short gold as it goes up. Don't ever short gold as it goes down. Gold trades too perfectly for you to be trading the bottom of gold because you'll get caught. And she will hurt your feelings because she will not come back. She will not come back to your break even. She just won't. She will hurt your feelings. And you don't want to be the people that got caught right here at this bottom shorting because gold, you can obviously see gold did not come back. That was like, oh man, she'll come back. No, gold don't ever come back. She rarely comes back. When she's gone, she's a good girl that's gone forever. She's gone. Gone. So always short her as she's going up. Don't ever short her when she goes down. Don't chase gold. If you miss the bus, just take the next one. You should gain weight. You're a great trader. Mm. Nah, gain weight. Nope, nope, nope. No gain weight. Nuh-uh. You like the amount of apologies that you have to write, the amount of apology letters, the amount of words that you have to put to paper is astronomical. Gain weight. Your apology letter should read, "This is Sir Gain Weight." Sir Gain. I hereby present my most humblest apology because I made the mistake of inversing the Sherm and telling him that his thesis and analysis was wrong. And over time, they have proven to be right. Like in tonight's case, where I told Sherm that the long is not going to work. And even though he gave his thesis, he said no. Gold did not break structure to the downside. This is a trap. Gold is going higher. I doubted him. And me, Sir Gained Weight, again express my most humblest apologies. And I want the best pen. I want your gold pen. I want the pen that you got stored at your favorite desk, the one that you use for special occasions. I want my apology letter written in that pen. That pen. Yes, I only trade technicals. I rarely look at news. I've come to understand that news facilitates trade. That's all it does. I used to gamble news all the time, so I have plenty of personal experience when I say this, but I've had trades where it would hit my limit perfectly. And we're talking about the old NQ, the straight out the mud NQ. We talking about old NQ that would whip back and forth at least 150 points NQ. And even with all that whipping back and forth, she would hit my areas perfectly, go to the next area, dump, go to the next area, pump, and vice versa until it calms down. It all it's doing is moving back and forth between areas where it was going to react anyway, but the price action is sped up. And once I've come to understand that, because like I said, I've seen it plenty of times. We've had plenty of great trades. I think we caught the top of CPI. Like if we set a limit, and this was CPI back when like maybe a year or 2 years ago on the ES, it touched my limit perfectly and just dumped. News just facilitates the trade. So all I trade is technicals. All I trade is market structure, trend lines, triangles, circles, and squares. That's what influences my trading decisions. No, I'm not on the 1 minute time frame. I'm trading. So the chart that you see on the stream is actually a tick chart. It can look if you wasn't, I guess a 1 minute chart would be similar to this one, but I think with tick charts, I believe probably like a second chart would probably be more accurate of what it resembles. But this is a 150 tick chart on gold. This is my entry chart. But with gold, I actually do not trade on higher time frames with gold. I'll probably look at a 15 minute to kind of see what everybody else is seeing on gold. But I found a 150 tick chart to be all you need with gold. That's my personal opinion. But when I trade the Nasdaq and ES, this is a 1800 tick chart, and I refer to a 9000 tick chart as my higher time frame chart. So I trade with an 18 and I look at like a 9, almost 10,000 tick chart with Nasdaq. We don't even look at the ES. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I want the purest ink. The purest ink with the feather. Dip your tongue and start writing it. Yeah, that's what I want, Game Weight. Apology. I inversed Sir Sherm and I found it out it. Usually when we get these big predictions on stream, we don't see Game Weight for a couple of days. We don't a carrier pigeon. Now, I mean, this is the area where the bears got to step in on gold. I mean, at this point, if they don't step in here, we're going to see this shit squeeze right back up. So, I mean, if they don't step in here, it's going to squeeze. So, this is where they need to step up at, right here, because we got the break, and this is supposed to be the pullback. But we got this trend line here, so it's going to be hard. Even if the bears manage to short this thing, not only do they have to break through this trend line, they got to break through these EMAs. You got the EMAs sloping up. You got price above the 200 EMA. The bears have a lot of work. They're trying to short it at VWAP. I mean, they're trying to short it right here. You can see the bears are already coming in. They're trying. This is where the bears got to step up. If they don't, well, this is where their stops are. This is where their stops are building up at. So if the market, the bulls push, they knock out that door too many times. All they need to do is push past that, pull back, hold that pullback, and we can see. And we have all this open range up here. We have all this open range. So we'll see what happens. David says that he's already in a gold sells. You are a great man, Sir Gained Weight. You are a great man. Finally, after many years, I accept thy apology. All right. Like I said, man, honestly, if you understand that the market is basically a big mathematical equation, everything else is just noise. It really is. The only instrument that doesn't really adhere to it is the Nasdaq. That's why I find it challenging to trade the Nasdaq, and that's why I keep going back to her toxic ass, because she doesn't do the stuff that she's supposed to do. She does it when she wants to do it. She doesn't do it when she's supposed to. She just does what she wants, and then she does unnecessary movement, and that's kind of the allure. It kind of feels authentic to trade the Nasdaq when you have instruments that trade within a defined structure, and then it doesn't really make unnecessary movements, but the Nasdaq definitely does, and she definitely will make unnecessary movements. She will overshoot like it's no tomorrow. She will overshoot to the point to get you to think that your thesis could be wrong. And she would do it with such conviction and confidence and momentum that she was like, damn, I thought this was a short, but fuck it. I guess we're going to get into it long. And then she was like, oh shit, I was supposed to get off at that stop. And then she'll turn right around, and a lot of people find themselves just completely confused, because it was like, I was short, and then I went long, and then she stopped me out long, and then she went short. The Nasdaq just does all that kind of crazy stuff, and that's kind of why I'm anyway. Well, hmm. Well, I guess I will do the NA. I guess I'll do it for this one, even though we didn't trade this one. We'll keep it simple. We'll keep it simple. And we'll keep it simple. All right. I mean, it's only going to be one line, because We had a nice clean break and retest on the Nasdaq today. It was a clean break and retest. 849. 849 and 925. Wow. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get stopped out here. Hmm. We'll see what happens at R3. I mean, if I give this, I'll give it a 5 points. I'll give this thing 5 points. I'm not gonna trade against the trend because obviously the market wants to continue to go higher. Um, I figured that the bulls were going to or the bears were kind of step up, but I don't know why. I really don't know why. I just continue trusting the pairs and they continue to disappoint me. Yeah. This today was just one line today. And I've gotten into the habit of actually not doing the screenshots. And you could just tell that we didn't have any liquidity today because man. Okay. All right. All right. Just take this screenshot and we'll be done. Actually, let me save this because that is absolutely crazy. That was crazy when I saw it. So I want to save that actually. Uh, okay. Oh, damn it. Mm. You're buying it right now? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on the wrong side of the market. And Gameway says, what's going on with ES and I traders have their stops too tight. Yeah, I mean, I figured, man, well, yeah, I'm probably gonna get stopped out of this one. Yeah, everything is bullish. Yeah, I think we're gonna just see bullishness until FOMC when the bulls actually take their profits. Mm, all right. So we'll see if we can get this filled tonight. kind of sucks that I wasn't able to kind of get. Mm, but okay. Okay. All right. So the initial sweep happened at 8:49. The initial break happened at 9:25. Successful breaker. It happened at 9:25 high. Broke out high. Initial reaction clean. Break and retest. Results 87 points to the upside. Or actually, uh, shit. All right, whatever. All right, what is that? So the initial is 507. That is 507. And the high, that was 470. So it was actually 37 points to the upside. So 37, and then the full move was 87. 87 high. All right. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what's up, Texas? Yeah, I'm in a trade. I'm in a losing ES trade and I'm in a winning gold trade. So I guess it's just gonna have to balance itself out. Congratulations being long on the Nasdaq because that's definitely the right side to be on it right now. Man, hmm. I would say that this is kind of frustrating because you definitely have to be super aggressive to get these moves right now. You definitely have to be super aggressive. The question is, will the Bears step up right here on gold? I think what the Bears are waiting for is if they're not going to be able to hold it in this area, which I doubt, but they could. But if they do hold it, they're probably waiting for the EMAs. If they drop it down, the algos and the bulls and everybody and their mom is going to buy at these EMAs, and we're just going to see price hold this. So I think what the Bears are going to try to do on this one is try to just, I guess, get out of this one, give it up. They're going to give this up. They're going to give this up, allow it to kind of go higher where there's more sellers waiting. And then we can see that move down because, like I said before, don't ever short gold as it's going down. You always short gold as it's going up. And we're talking about going up into an area of resistance. Because if you short it going down, you're going to get a bad fill. And depending on where your entry is, or not your entry, but your target, you may not get it filled. So mm, it's supposed to be a play on gold. No, I'm not going to say that word. I'm not saying that word. It's supposed to be a play on Austin Powers, obviously. But I mean, gold is definitely, if you're a Nasdaq trader, gold is, hmm, I feel gold is a safe space for Nasdaq traders because your strategies on the Nasdaq will super work on gold. It super works. You don't have to, or there's not a situation where gold is going to do the crazy ass shit that the Nasdaq does to you. You're not going to see gold do something like this where it's going down and for no reason it pops back up to stop you out and then it comes back down like the Nasdaq. You're not going to see that. Once you see the breaker structure down, you can kind of rest assured knowing that you're in the right, that your position is going to be filled. Unlike the Nasdaq, gold moves very similar to the Nasdaq in terms of you don't necessarily need structure for it to move, but gold does trade in a structure. I mean, it's like I said, it's the love child between the Nasdaq and ES. It's gold. So a, a lot of my strategies work on gold, and that's why gold is my Goldilocks instrument for me. But we are all addicted to the Nasdaq, so. Mm, uh, well, I mean, at least when I trade gold, I don't pay attention to anything. I just pay attention to the structure. I feel, or at least when I trade gold, my mindset is that everything is priced in. If somebody says something crazy, it's already priced in. It's already priced into the price action. Uh, if we get some crazy news, price is going to probably super run into, like in situations like this. Like I'm not saying that a news event happened, but I've come to understand that when the market kind of rapidly moves into one area without any price action, and then we see the dump, I feel like this is the market preparing for the news that it already knows. And then once it dumps, then the news gets released, if that makes sense. It's like the news just facilitates the trade. It's like the market is now moving because of the news. The market is moving, is the market is already going to do this anyway. The news just helps it gets there faster. At least that's how I like to see it. And that's how I trade it, and it's been working so far. So I don't look at news or anything when I trade gold. Crash out Sherm, you talking about way back in the day when I used to revenge trade all the time? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem, man. I mean, that's kind of what we do here. At least the mission on this has always been the mission of this stream, but when I came into this space, I want to be authentic. I want to know what the hell I'm talking about. And so I put in the work, I put in the effort to know what the hell I'm talking about, even if it's different from what majority of other people say. And we had the results on this stream. I mean, shit. We had the results. We get the results on this stream. And I think that's what matters the most is the results. But yeah. Well, okay, guys. I'm definitely out of time for this session. Mm. Actually, let's actually look at that and see, because I think we do have some news tomorrow. Not like always. Yeah, we got news at 7:30. So I think that's about it. And then, like I said, I won't be able to stream on Wednesday, unfortunately. We'll come back Wednesday night. It's just I have a stupid appointment that I couldn't get rescheduled. And this is like the third FOMC that, for whatever reason, whenever I set up an appointment, it always land on FOMC day. I don't understand why. And then I don't realize that I'm doing it until I look at the calendar. It's like, oh shit, that's FOMC day. So, I don't know, man. If I can get, if I can get back to my desk, which, I don't know, man. You know, here in Texas, man, there's so many people here. You can have an appointment at 9 o'clock, and you probably won't even get done by until like 1 or 2, something like that. So if I can get on at 1 o'clock, I will. But I think I'm just gonna only do the night stream on Wednesday, and we just recap what happens because I don't think I will get back in time. So yeah, I mean, do what it is, man. Yeah, it is, man, and I hate it. I freaking hate it. Freaking hate it. But uh the follow-up day, those are usually fun. The Thursdays after FOMC, those are when that's the day when the institutions actually get in. So uh gambling the FOMC, but I mean the FOMC kind of has been lackluster so far. I mean we've had like weak FOMC movements. We're not getting the 2, 5, 1,000 point moves that we're used to. The Powell pump, and I'm gonna have to pause. It's like super pause, but nah, I can't even say that. Like that shit is so weird. The pumping, damn, I can't even say that. How can I strategically say this? And even if I say it ain't like, no, I can't even say that either. The FOMC movement is just not how it used to be, man. It don't pump like it used to, man. It don't move like it used to no more, man. Like, what the hell happened? We get regular FOMC meetings now. Like shit regular. That shit moves like 100 points. That's about it. But uh yeah, the main focus should always be that Thursday because we all know that the institutions aren't allowed. It's not that they're not allowed to trade these news events, is that they have so many orders. And this is why we see the market tend to dry up around these big events because they can't put their money to work the same way that we can put our money to work. And once they have that uncertainty out of the way, they usually come in full force on that following day, which is Thursday. So we'll definitely try to catch the reaction to FOMC. But I mean, if we look at the if we look at the CFTC data like we did on Sunday, I mean, we're kind of getting exactly what we saw in the data so far. We're getting lackluster movement. It's bullish, but but it's grinding higher. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we'll probably see like a big move towards the end of the week, obviously. So yeah. Nah, Ganway, you can't pause movement. That's a legitimate word. You can't do that on movement. You can't do that. Yeah, that's exactly right, Alfred. Exactly right. All right. But all right, guys, I appreciate everyone that's joined tonight. Hold on. It says that are you talking about Nvidia chips? Actually, we can look at Nvidia real quick and then we'll end it there. Let's look at Nvidia because it seems like Nvidia is no longer the market darling. Honestly, Nvidia has fallen off after that press conference because they were trying to do. It's like Nvidia was trying to do what Meta did, the whole metaverse crap. Like, this upcoming generation ain't rich, and you're not gonna. Millennials, I mean, some of us will accept a VR experience, but a lot of us will not. Millennials is that rebellious breakout generation where millennials we broke the norm. We broke the old mode on how to live life and what would be considered successful. Before our generation, you had to have certain certification, certain experiences, and a network to be able to live financially free. And it was our generation that broke out of that mode. Now you're starting to see a lot of entrepreneurs with no degrees, no certifications that are multi-million, billion, trillionaires and shit. It's the generation of day trading where people was like, nah, we're gonna gamble in the stock market. Maybe the generations after millennials will accept like the VR experience, but that generation is not. That generation is consumers, but they're not rich. I'm not saying that they're not all rich, but majority of the generation is just consumers, and they're entitled and they don't want to work, and they're, for the lack of better words, nepo babies, but not necessarily. It's like they're nepo babies without being nepo, if that makes sense. Their parents are, they're well off, and a lot of the generation for whatever reason baby, and they baby their kids and they just give them anything that they want. They're not motivated. They're not going to have the money to be able to buy these expensive products. So obviously the generation that's going to be able to afford these expensive products and will be our generation and beyond, or before us. So anyway, at least that's my opinion. I think that's why the metaverse failed in the first place. Because I mean, it was a good concept, but uh, if you're trying to if you're trying to target kids with that, well, it's not gonna work. Huh. Well, I mean, as I initially look at Nvidia right now, I mean, I see the sweep and I see the rejection. Obviously, the Nvidia would need to kind of get back above this high, which there's a lot of resistance here. Mm. Really? That would be interesting. Be able to earn Bitcoin. That would be interesting. Mm. But all right, guys, that's it for me tonight. I'm definitely going to bed, and we'll definitely come back tomorrow morning, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.